Hello everyone and welcome back. 15 degrees below zero right now Fahrenheit. My dad is coming back up to the workshop today.
Oh
yeah, that's a nice one there.
What I'm hoping that I can only cut the one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's got some pretty grain in it, but it's kind of crappy. You don't need it that deep. You can probably get it out of it.
It's only 3 inches.
I had seen that one of them had started to warp a little bit.
Yeah. Here, I had to bring this and lay it on there.
Oh, they already sent you a barrel back?
Yeah.
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah, they didn't have that little thing there is called crown. Otherwise, when you put a patch in there,
Yeah.
it catches with those grooves like that. That's here. And here, I'll just see here 3 inches here. That's for what I gotta have.
Right. Oh yeah, and then you can just fit the rope right in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know I gotta have here also. Said it was a 12 by 18, but it didn't have those, I call them like 418Ks.
Yep.
There is a name for it. And he said, okay, I'll just send it. Then he said, keep the other one. And then he said, it won't cost you. It was our fault.
Oh, nice.
And,
Nice.
and so they said, I thought, gee, for that's.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll just take that board. I'll cut it 3 inches. And then either I'll set that. Yeah, then I'll just have this here, over here.
Might
Oh.
be easier.
Oh yeah, well, that's.
And when I hook that up, we do it the same way. So we just unplug the saw and plug
Oh, I see.
in. Then
Yeah, I had to use this cord, and I thought, boy, that's heavy enough.
I gotta bring the other one. I took the other one out.
No, that's the one different too.
I took it out when I went fishing because I threw in a generator in case we would need it,
Oh.
and we didn't. So I'll bring that back.
Did you have any trouble driving out there?
No, that's a long drive to drive an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes one way. You know, that's I burnt a half a tank of gas going back and forth on the ice.
Yeah, because if it blows hard, you think it comes off the road. Have they got stakes or anything?
They do part of it, but this is part of it. This is no kidding. From here to the wood boiler is how wide it's plowed.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and then there's places where you can see where the ice is all broke up. So then they've got, don't go there, and then they plow around it.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ice on the lake when it just does that. You know.
Yeah, I've got a video of it where there's like, we were driving here where the old boat wasn't heaved, and then there's like 4 or 6 inches sticking up, you know, and I mean, it was way out there when we were out there, you couldn't see land.
Did they have a machine that brings you out there if you rode it? Is there tracks on it?
Not at this place. This one here, they had a thing that they pulled out that was like a trailer that went behind their truck. It almost looked like a pickup bed because it would go up like this and the people would sit there enclosed, 100-pound gas cylinder on the front so it's heated. And then, you know, we try not to get behind them because you have to slow down so much when it got rough. But yeah, and the one morning they thought we were going to ride out the second morning because you go get your bait in the morning and they just give you the bucket with everything in it. He goes, I got you guys riding out. I says, no, we're driving out. So, and then, yeah, so.
I wonder, I suppose every time it snows, they must have a hell of a plow.
They got plows on a bunch of different trucks.
Oh, they
So,
do.
yep. And then like the one guy was moving houses around the one day
He
because
was.
they're constantly moving them, you know, to stay on the fish. And,
Is that right?
I mean, it was amazing. I don't
Really
know.
organized.
Yeah, it was. And there's
Like
like
how much you were there? What, 3 days? Monday, Tuesday, on Wednesday evening then?
Yep, 3 nights and then the 2 days of fishing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the total was $898.
Yeah.
So, and next time if we do it,
Per person then, or?
no, that was for both of us,
Uh-huh.
which really wasn't bad for a little vacation. But we would have done it next time because she wants to go again. So next
Yeah.
year we'll do it. We're going to do the meal plan because that would have been about 300 more. And then they have a really good breakfast buffet. We don't eat breakfast, but they have it there if you want it in the morning. And then when you pick up your minnows and stuff in the morning, you go in there and Cabin 23, they give you the thingy, a bucket to put the fish in, and then the minnows are actually in a Folgers coffee
Uh-huh.
can, and then inside of a white bucket, you dump them when you get there. But then they give you a box that has your lunch in it.
Is that right?
So then you don't have to cook or nothing. Then when you come back, you just take something off the menu, order it, and go pick it up and bring it to your room, or you
We'll move this here. Actually, the first one that had the most rope was Home Depot.
Really?
Well,
Well, Melissa and I were gone all afternoon. Just got back a little bit ago. And so I never made it back out here before my dad left. So I'm just coming out here now to see what he did. Turn this back down. And take a look and see what he was doing. We set the router today because he was going to use the table saw to cut to 45, and then it was like we could put a 45-degree bit in the router, and that would work better than the table saw. So that's what we switched that out. And then he was just going to cut a whole bunch of them at 1.5 inches, which it looks like he did. And it looks like he got this bottom part roughly put together. See, this is going to be like the gun case, and then he'll hinge it so that then it'll open up. And then you got foam stuff that will go in here, which he had sitting over here, but he must have taken that back with him. They sent him some stuff and then it was the wrong stuff, so he had to order new stuff. It was their mistake. So he must have taken that with him. Oh, he's got the foam right here. This kind of stuff that'll sit inside there, to put your gun on. And here, with that 45, I know you've heard him talking about rope and stuff, but he cut a 45 in here and here, so he can lay a thing of rope in here to cover this up. It'll also be like a soft cushion here. So that's what he was doing. With that router bit, and that's just where we are right now. I wanted to get out here, turn the heat down a bit, take a look at what he's done. And he said he's going to come out again next week. And when he does, we'll come out here and see what the next step is. And until then, we'll just have to wait. Good morning, everybody. It's been, I think, almost 2 weeks since my dad has been up here to work on his gun case. And we just had a winter storm come through yesterday. Everything was ice and a little bit of snow. The roads were a mess. So he is planning on coming up here today. So I came out earlier and started the stove, and I went ahead and cranked up the wood boiler air handler. So it's nice and warm in here. I have to take off. I'm going to be gone almost all day. I might be here before he leaves. I'm not sure, but everything is ready for him. Tonight we'll come in and check and see what he did. Well, I'm back out here to check what my dad did, and it's been probably a week. I never came out that night, and he's coming out today, so I'm turning up the heat here. I'll start the wood stove for him. We'll take a look at what he did when he was here last time, and then he'll be here probably an hour and 15 minutes probably. I did turn this up last night, so it's pretty nice. Today it's supposed to get to almost 40 degrees, and it's been pretty chilly the last 4 or 5 days, so this is going to be really nice. We got dumped on with 2 snowstorms. Well, there was the one just before my dad showed up last time, and then we got about 6 or 7 inches 3 days ago. And it's like winter's never going to end, and finally now we're going to get some more warm weather. Well, when he was here last time, this is what he's got going. It always looks real rough right now. You guys have seen his other projects, and then eventually it looks real nice. Not really sure what he's showing there. All these little drawings that he does, they always just get stabbed onto the wall. My drawings, his drawings, they're all up there. As of yesterday, we're at 99.5 inches of snow for the season, and I think that was like 36 or 38 inches above normal. And we're talking the middle of March here. In March we usually get some big snowstorms. Like that's the month where you might get a 8 or 12 inch dump on, you know, and then it just starts melting the next day. Be interesting to see what we end up with when the season's done and we finally get some green grass. Give this a minute to get everything started burning in there, and then I'll close down the draft and shut down the damper, and it can just warm up in here for the next hour before Dad shows up. We'll come out here and check how he's doing, or if I don't make it out here, I will come out and see what he did later today.
We're on the inside of the wall, so it's that 4-inch open space with 100 off the whole house.
Oh.
And then on 2 sides of the house was the porch. It's the funnel I put under. I went over and went all the way down, so it was an envelope.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They had some fans that they would get your heat out to there. And there's a whole, but
Right, and you get out. Yeah.
because your furnace wasn't bad. In the furnace, it was just must have bedrooms and then a kitchen on the end. Because what he said.
Well, it's been about a week since I was out here talking with my dad in those last video clips. He's coming up again today. There's snow coming, so I think he'll get up here pretty early because there's going to be snow possible this afternoon. He was going to put buckskin on this, but now he's decided not to. You can kind of see what he's got going on here. Not a whole lot to show with this project. He was going to use rope, but now he's not going to. He's going to put something like this on the edge. So I don't know if he'll be working on that today. We'll get to see a better look of that once he gets a little farther. I just started the wood stove and cranked the heat up a little bit higher so it'll be nice and warm in here. And we never really took a look at this gun. He left it here so we can see the actual kit here. It's kind of neat how they send that. And he's getting the case done first, so then as he's working on it, he can put it in the other case with the cushion and stuff in there so nothing gets scratched. You can see right there, that's the actual Flintlock part. That's the actual trigger. Somebody had mentioned in a comment asking if this was a gun made by Kibler, and it is. So I'm interested to see how pretty that stock looks and everything when it gets done. And my dad is actually wanting to use this gun, if it's all finished and everything, for deer hunting later this fall. We'll come back out later and see what's going on. 29 degrees this morning. So this morning I'm running into L&M in Minnesota. As of March 1st, you need to get your fishing license for the next year. It goes March 1st through February 28th. So I want to get my fishing license. And I think it's almost time to tap the trees for making maple syrup. So I want to see what they've got for buckets, just see what they've got. Mainly I'm going for my fishing license. I went to L&M and I had buckets in my cart, and buckets were $5.99. Covers were $2.49 because I wanted to run a little piece of hose down there. And then I went up, they've got a whole area in the spring like this that's all stuff for tapping maple trees. And I looked and it was cheaper for me. It was $5.99, the same price as it was for a bucket, to get those metal little hanging things. And then it was $8.99 for a dozen of the blue bags. So it was cheaper for me to do it that way than it was to, you know, get the hose and all that. So that's what I did. Got my fishing license. I had a couple other stops. Went to Walmart, had to get paper plates and a few things. Was going to get salt because now everything melts during the day and at night it freezes, so you get ice right at the bottom of the step there, and I ran out of salt. And when I went to Walmart, I was looking for it and I asked somebody and they're totally out. So nothing there. Then Melissa called and I haven't actually talked to her on the phone for 2-3 days, something like that. Anyway, so she was driving from her daughter's to her mom's, so I just stopped in a parking lot and talked to her for a little while. Now I'm heading home. Yeah, it's got a lot of color in it now.
it was a lot of wood, so I can just take and shove it against the sander until it hits here and here.
Oh, yeah, do the little round
But-
sander.
How do I sand here? Do I put it up there?
Could you just do a palm sander in there? Or?
I'll probably have to just take and just, yeah.
I wonder if you could, like after you put it on the case, sand it so everything is.
Well, and then your paper would hit here.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right, right. Yep.
Yeah, and I have these rows here upward. This one here and this one here. I'll have this on top. Then I'll have this.
Maybe with like hand sandpaper, and then don't do it completely smooth, and it'll still look it'll look more rustic with these little chunks in it. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd have to almost practice with one and put a little varnish on it.
And see, I was wondering, before I do this, I could just sort of square her on there and just run it through on it. And then I can do it all over here.
Alright, we can pull that thing way out. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have to do something on that.
It just run it through like that there. Yeah.
Right.
And then, yeah, because it has totally the face. Just keep your eye on it, keep it at the angle. I could even put a block here. So I like it on here.
Yeah.
And the groove here, so it looks a lot like that.
Oh, yeah. That would look really good. Yeah.
That's how it works on.
Yeah, I was thinking you're gonna have to run all these through the planer to get them smooth, but I forgot you had this already the perfect thickness right
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah. Yeah, because this side will be done. You
Right.
could go
right.
I said, well, when I come out here tomorrow morning, there wasn't no smoke on my chimney over there, but
Oh yeah, after it gets really hot and everything, and there's no moisture, you don't see much. And then I filled it up right just before you got here, but it didn't have to click into a burn cycle. So yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah.
That would work, but I was thinking if it looked better if I have a lot, not quite so much.
Right.
Keep it up and take the air more, you know.
Right.
And here, they're only gonna hit here and here, you know.
Right. And then yeah. And it looks better like this, where it's all.
Yeah. And so I could just for the ladder.
Then I went to get buckets because it's almost time to tap the trees for maple syrup. And buckets are $5.99 a piece, and the covers are $2.49. Then I was going to get a little piece of pipe to go down, a little plastic. Well, then you can get these metal things that hang on the tree, and you put these plastic bags in there. These big ones. The things were $5.99, the same price as a bucket, and the bags were $8.99 for a dozen. And you can reuse them. It was cheaper for me to go that route, and then no bugs will get in, you know, because they're sealed off. So I'm going to check the trees later today or tomorrow and see if they're dripping yet.
They had a movie last year up in Maine. He was like a farm, you know. Yeah, and he had these pipes that go all over, going from tree to tree to tree, and he had everything sort of sloped and everything kept running into that thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
there and then just, you might have done all of them and then just went like this,
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that, maybe that's what we should do. Well, mustard was a little lower.
Must have
Or
been a few
more
times to
right
grind it down
angle.
farther. See, that is something like what you have,
Mm-hmm.
but I could see
Yeah.
it then to see how far, so you don't
Yeah,
go too
sure.
far.
Yeah, that'd be enough work.
Yeah, I mean, a person could take off more, and go even a little bit more of an angle or less.
No, because then I can put my tap in.
Right.
I'll have enough of them. So I can put two, one here and one here. And I think that would look better
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because he'll take 1.5. And just-
Is that far enough in those, then you want me to try to flatten that?
Yeah, yeah.
See what happens?
Let's, yeah. Yeah, because even if there's a little pencil mark, I can easily sand
Right.
that off there, you know.
Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. My dad just left the workshop just a little bit ago. Thought we'd come out and take a look at this before I end this one. I'm not real sure when he'll be up here next. There's a storm blowing in now and looks like we've got 3 or 4 behind this. You can kind of see the idea what he's got. I don't want to move anything around because right now there's some varnish on this and he's just got it sitting here, so yeah, it's going to look pretty neat. Looking at my phone here, it says 1/2 inch today, 1 inch tonight, 0.1 inches tomorrow, which is nothing. And then 4 inches the next day, 3 inches the next day. And then it'll calm down, which is good because then Melissa will be coming home. She's in Louisiana right now. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5 inches in the next 5 days. Come on, spring. I'm ready for green grass. I will see you guys on the next video.